The good member from the 19th, Representative Walsh.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Madam Speaker, an industry has emerged built around those words. An industry of training, an industry of consulting, an industry which, like many industries, includes some good actors and some not so good actors. And Madam Speaker, some of the not so good actors in the DEI industry invert the good intentions of diversity, equity, and inclusion and engage in trainings, in consultation, in rhetoric that is divisive, that builds barriers, that does not tear them down. And Madam Speaker, what this amendment does is it makes it plain that the underlying bill cannot allow that kind of DEI training or DEI consulting to be part of this policy. And it uses 7 examples of the kind of divisive rhetoric and ideology that some of these actors in the industry use and promote. Can I read you the 7, Madam Speaker?
Please proceed. You have a little over a minute remaining.
Number 1, that one race or sex is inherently superior to another race or sex. Number 2, an individual's moral character is determined by their race or sex. Number 3, an individual should be discriminated against or receive adverse treatment solely or partly because of their race or sex. Number 4, meritocracy or traits such as hard work ethic are racist or sexist, or were created by a particular race to oppress another race. Number 5, an individual by virtue of race or sex bears responsibility for actions committed in the past by other members of the same race or sex. Number 6, an individual by virtue of their race or sex is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive. And number 7, and this is something we don't want to be part of this, the United States is fundamentally racist or sexist. Madam Speaker, let's keep that bad stuff out of here. Let's let the good of diversity, equity, and inclusion be the focus of our policy. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Please vote yes on this amendment. Madam Speaker, our constitutional charge, the state constitution in Article 9, is to provide a high-quality basic education to all children of the state without regard to their race or sex or other personal characteristics. Madam Speaker, that constitutional charge is itself a fine lesson in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and inclusive learning. Madam Speaker, as we saw in our years ago debates and discussions around the state Supreme Court's McClary decision, the fundamental function of public education, of our education system, is that high-quality basic education which is measured in our children's and our students' learning skills, their ability to attack a sentence and understand its meaning, their ability to read an algebraic or even calculus equation and understand its meaning. Madam Speaker, that is the stuff of true diversity and equity and inclusion for all, every student, every soul, regardless of shape or size or color. That should be the priority and the focus of our education system. That is the ultimate inclusive learning. How the child feels is important. But how the child reads and how the child understands the concepts of the physical world are what will set that child free, are what will put that child in a place where his or her feelings can follow from his or her own choices. And that child can become self-actualized. It comes from those building blocks, Madam Speaker, and that is the part where we've been falling behind. This amendment makes the bill better in this way. It sets priorities right. Please vote yes.